Good morning and welcome to Daily Game Design. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it here yet, but I am talking with the school I've been going to in China. It's the small university outside of Beijing. This is I went the last 2 years, and I thought I was not going to be going again this year. Hadn't really heard much from them, but just recently, my co-teacher from both previous years. I checked in with him, and he talked to the department or the dean of the school, and now we're suddenly in conversation about me going over there to teach game design and psychology class, game design and psychology class, which is just like a dream. So because I think about the gaming experience a lot, and I care about the gaming experience a lot, and of course, trying to build real decisions and like blending like an engaging theme, hopefully with interesting mechanics and like what makes that work, how does that work as an experience. Like this stuff is all very interesting to me, so I think it'd be a real treat, a real privilege to be able to host a class. But more importantly than just having a class is the structure of the class. And it sounds like they would like a they'd like a kind of lab style or studio style class. Something that's just more hands-on, where we're all spending time together working on projects. They'd be very long days, I understand. They'd be like 8-hour days. Whereas in the past I've done 4-hour sessions. So to have two of those a day, I'm also not sure if it's two of those a day with the same students or if they're different students. Anyway, I feel like that would be kind of torture to be there for 8 hours, but I could do like we're just now building a weekend of gaming where people are going to be literally gaming the whole time. So I know, and I enjoy it. I like being around games, for long periods of time, or at least I'm warming up to that. So, um, yeah, pretty stoked about it. Okay, so Sugar Shack. So I spent some time yesterday, uh, like imagining what would happen if if I introduced a game board. I'll tell you that what introducing a game board has done, it's allowed me to standardize the layout of the various buildings. As you'll remember, when it was card based, is this the right one? No, card based, it's just a lot harder to squeeze everything together. Like, where do you put everything? Like, well, this brought up like what needs to be on this card. But like, look at all of this stuff. So yesterday, one of the things that Chris centered on, like focused on in his own, paying attention to his own internal experience, is that there were like, look at all these icons. What are they up to? What's really going on here? So simplifying the icons themselves, but also acknowledging that like it's really hard to tell what's meaningful here. What is this? Hello Human. I love it. Very fun style. Are you a human? That's the most important question. Because I can't tell. I can tell that I am such a thing, but I can't tell if you're such a thing. Okay. So it's actually a harder thing to be able to tell than we would like, right? It's kind of more complicated than it's more complicated than simple to figure this kind of stuff out. Definitely. You know what I want to do? I want to change the layouts here, especially if I can, if I have some different size cards to work with. Um, I think I want to change the layout, and I think I can put, yeah. Oh, I'm working on a game, so I'm designing a board game. This is about it's about making maple syrup and taking it into town to sell it in town or interact with the good citizens of Maplewood. How about you? What are you doing? It's a worker placement game. I don't know if you play any board games, but it's a really common style game, and I'm just kind of struggling with the core ideas right now. Um, I'm actually trying to make it language independent, but obviously I'm an English speaker, so uh, if it has to be, it'll be in English. Is that what you're asking? What about you? What do you do? Are you an artist? Oh, no, no. I'm making no, it's a board game. So I'm just using online tools to make stuff so I can print out cards and a board. It's not I'm not using any I'm not coding anything. That's funny. uh yeah. Well, appreciate you stopping by. If you're interested in game design, you're welcome to hang out, um, follow, etc. But I don't really need any graphic design help right now. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, very different. Yeah, I have to make like the physical prototypes, print stuff out, make cards, stuff like that. Yeah. So I stream every day. So if you get curious about game design, you're welcome to uh to follow. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, so still struggling with yeah, it takes time, it takes doing some research, it takes playing a lot of games. So if you're new to card games and board games, there are lots of great ways to get into it, but it's a super fun hobby. Like game design itself is just super fun, very creative. As you know, it's important to use some of your energy for interesting creative things, and game design is a really good one. And game designers can use oh, this is Canva. You can see Canva. But here's the thing, if you start doing game design and you're a graphic designer and illustrator, you actually have a big advantage because graphic design and illustration is very, very expensive. So if you learn how to design games and you already have the skills to do graphic design and illustration, you'll have a big advantage. Another big advantage is in the not necessarily in the space of designing the games, but it's in laying out the rule book. So if you're if you're good with if you're good with like layouts, having text and images together, like in the rule book, if you can do that, if you can do that well, you can make a lot of money because that's really hard. And most people are not any good at it. So if you have these skills, I suggest rather than using them for, yeah, uh Illustrator, right, yeah, those are great tools. Um and I suggest you do it. Yeah, that's great. I think at a professional level, I do think you need to learn stuff like, yeah, Photoshop and Illustrator, that's right. But if you do that, if you learn those skills rather than using them for like Twitch, I don't know what you do, but I'm guessing like the Twitch profile images and stuff, rather than using your skills for that, you could use them in the board game industry and actually make a lot of money doing that. But you have to get connected into the industry. You have to get to know people, um, and that takes a lot of time. But there's so much opportunity for graphic design and illustration in the board game industry because we all have cards that we need designed. We all have boards. We have rule books. We have all this physical stuff that needs illustration and design, and most game designers are not good at it. They're not. But the thing is, you do have to get to know people. Oh, nice. Mostly for NGOs. That's cool. I'm actually designing a card game for an NGO. Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you pursue the same skills, if you use those same skills in a different way, like I really think it's not very effective to reach out to people on Twitch like this. It's not effective. In my view, it would not be effective. But if you start getting engaged in like in the industry itself, getting to know people who are doing things, to make products and not just like digital stuff like this, that like there's a lot of resources there. There's a lot of need there. There's not a lot of need here. I mean, I suppose, yeah, that's right. If you have a lot of people kind of pursuing, if you have people pursuing, yeah, I can show you a couple. But the thing is, you have to be really good at this. And you also have to be really good at connecting with people. Yeah, I don't use LinkedIn. So this is the place this Facebook group. I don't even know if you have a Facebook, but this Facebook group has been super important. It's very active, and what you'll see is there are a lot of people who have uh like you see this a lot. Sorry, it's not loading very quickly. Well, you got to practice stuff you're not good at, right? So like this guy is constantly posting about like he's testing out designs and layouts for cards or for game sheets, like because he does print and play games a lot. There's one guy. Hmm. Anyway, Board Game Design Lab is really great. And I'm looking for this one guy who does, like check this guy out. So I'd like to share the process of creating these tokens. So he like hand draws these tokens. See, like this is so ugly. Like this kind of person needs help. Of course, they're not making really pretty prototypes, but when we get to the point that we actually need like fancy looking stuff, we need help. Uh, oh, like this. Here's another one. Like, what do you prefer? Check this out. You see this? I hired two different artists to illustrate a character for the card game Holy Pickles. What? to see which artists we want, right? So people are actively looking for artists in this industry, and they're hiring them. They didn't even hire this person like um they're hiring them just as a test. They paid them, like, it looks like they paid both of them to create these characters on these cards, and then they're going to pick the one that they want to work with. But anyway, if this is working for you, if trying to connect with people on Twitch is working for you, keep going. But there is a lot of opportunity in very specific industries. It just takes time to get to know people and like get your name out there, and show people your work and volunteer for stuff so people get to know you better without having to pay you because you're a risk because nobody knows you. Like, that's kind of what I've done with rule books, because I also write rule books and I've done it for one publisher and I've helped out a couple others. Yeah, see, like this guy, I was giving feedback on this guy's stuff because he's, oh yeah, it was this whole thing. So he started here, but this is really hard to read. It's really hard to understand this. So then he kept trying some different layouts. Look at, he tried this one and he put the colors on the edges. That's better, but this is still fairly distracting. Like this layout, the grass and the whatever that is not super duper clear, so he kept going. He's experimenting with this. And remember, this is all prototype stuff. So he's not even trying to make it like on a professional. This is not what you would put in a box for the game. It's like when it's final. And so he kept experimenting with these different forms. It looks like he kind of ultimately rejected the idea I had. I forget where he put it because I had some comments for him. Anyway, you see, it's just a really cool, like, it's people working on really cool stuff, and they do need graphic design and illustration support. So that's one way. Board Game Design Lab, just joining that and kind of seeing what people are talking about is kind of cool. But there are entire Facebook groups. Again, I don't know if you use Facebook, but there are whole groups that are all about the graphic design and illustration part of board game design. So I wish I could find better examples for you. If you can do anything 3D, most of the groups very shady. Okay, too bad. I know that there are like I remember seeing a few groups that people reference. There's a guy that does a series in Board Game Design Lab. Actually, what am I looking for? Board game. I think it should be. I think it's artists. I need to look for artists. Yeah, board game. There's not a ton of people in here, but it's 2,000, over 2,000. I'll give you. Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind for 1 second. So there is. Oh, look at that. Okay, there's another one. Game Art and Graphics Guild. Um, okay, so I wrote the rule book for a board game that came out early this year. Actually, I'll show it to you. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I was involved in the process of making the game, so I learned more about the cost of production. Okay, it was called Rise of Babel. So it was, they made it last year and it came out this year. Okay, so here you can have a look at the cover. It looks really nice. Like, you see all this stuff. Look, and then like all the cards and the game board and everything. The artist, now the artist that did the graphic design and illustration here, he's pretty famous because, as you see, he does really, really nice stuff. His artwork is beautiful. They paid him $40,000. $40,000 to do this. It's a board game. It's a board game in a box. Now that means illustrating the cards, the board, the game box, the rule book. Like, it means having it doesn't necessarily mean being the one to lay everything out, but if you create the assets that like the person doing the layouts can use, if that's your job and you're good at one specific element of what's going on here, like I said, if you get to know people and people like your work, you can make a lot of money. And this guy has constant work, this guy. His name is Andrew Bosley. So the guy works really hard, and he's done the graphic design and illustration, or at least illustration, for like some pretty big board games. So do people actually play board games? It's a whole subculture. I mean, like, it's a hobby. So people, there might be a small percentage of people that play board games, but there are thousands of board games coming out every year. I want to say somebody said the figure of like 4,000 board games or something like that. And all of those need graphic design and illustration help. So, like, I play board games 3 or 4 times a week usually. There are people that play more than me. I'm building a whole weekend. Check this out. So in 2 weeks, we're hosting a group of people at a summer camp. At that summer camp, where most people are going to be playing board games most of the weekend. It looks like my connection is struggling a little bit here. So we take up a library of games. People come up and sleep at the camp, and they spend the whole weekend doing it. And this is a very small group of people. This is like 60 or 70 people that come out for our weekend retreats. But we do it twice a year. 60 or 70 people twice a year for the whole weekend. I'm sorry, my internet looks like it's kind of slow. But like Gen Con, like, here, I'll show you some pictures of Gen Con too. Anyway, yeah, it looks like Square is not going to load very nicely. Okay, but here's Gen Con. This is a board gaming convention. I think it happens in Indianapolis. I don't know if it's like 40,000 people or 60,000 people. Well, I don't have to. So what I'm doing right now is I'm designing games. I mean, it is competitive. You're absolutely right. It's very competitive. That's why you have to be good at what you're doing. You can't just suck and hope to do well. You have to be very, very good at your craft. That's why I practice this every day. I'm designing board games every day. So, like I'm getting better. It takes time. But the best path for, because there's two main paths. There's you print the game yourself, as in you talk to a company in China, you send them files, they print everything, and then you're the one who has the business and you're trying to sell games. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to make a game that's good enough that somebody wants to buy it from you. So that's to partner with a publisher, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm designing games, then I'm pitching them to publishers, and then what you're asking is the publisher's problem. It's not my problem. It is my problem in the sense that I'll probably, I would be, I'd be motivated to have more copies sell, because if it doesn't sell, then I wouldn't make very much money from it. But the idea is that they deal with the competition. Yeah, so that's where you get big companies. Um, big companies like these guys. Well, they're struggling, but like these people put out a lot of games they're just huge. They take tons of work. Actually, let me go to a better example. Yeah, so like these guys are just printing games and sending them to all the game stores and all the Targets and all the Barnes and Nobles and all that stuff. And if you can make a game that they want, then good to go. Where are you from? Have you heard of the magic of the internet? Have you heard of the internet before? I'm just kidding. Okay, so Pakistan. So there are more and more. Yeah, right. No, board games, there's a kind of explosion of board games especially since COVID. I don't know what COVID was like when you were where you're from, but people needed things to do, and so board games, they became more popular. But I actually know there are more people in your part of the world that are designing and publishing games. Definitely. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to know. Well, I guess your point is that you don't know these people making games because of where you live. You don't know these people. That's fair. That's right. But you can still get to know people and contribute online. So I understand that maybe this is a new idea to you, but there's a lot of potential here. Yeah. So it takes time to find the right groups, to get to know the right people. But if you're good at what you do, then that's okay. So it's fine with me if you show me what you do. I imagine you have an Instagram or something like that. You said you work with an NGO. I wanted to do this. Board game artist. Art and graphic design for tabletop games. 13,000 people. That's probably good. So you need a really strong portfolio. You need to be able to show people that you're good at what you do, that you work quickly, that you can make changes efficiently. I'm sorry to say that this is not a need for me. If I had a company that was about publishing games, then in that case I need more. I need graphic design help if I'm that person. I'm not that person. I'm the person that is making the games and sending them to people who hire people like you. So I don't hire people like you, but I'm sending games to people that hire people like you. Yeah, so we go up to a beautiful place and we play games all weekend. Well, you're doing the right thing by talking to people, by practicing your skills. You're doing the right thing. Okay, well, maybe that will show up, but I'll come back to it. Okay, so I don't want to waste your time, but you're welcome to hang out and uh, work on work on game design projects just for fun with me. Okay, so the advantage of moving off of cards is certainly that I have more space to develop a more standardized, um, like a standardized look at what's happening here. So that's really important. In other words, what I have is the building. Well, I have the name of the building. Then I have the building. I don't know if I need the building. I think it would be fine if I kind of shrunk these down, actually. Yeah. And because the building is not what's important here. What's important is that they can differentiate between one space and another space. Can you send me a link to something else? I'm not sure about clicking on Google Drive links, to be honest. Do you have an Instagram? Hmm. Yeah, send me your Instagram. So I feel like this is still not great. Like, it is kind of hard to tell. Um, it still feels very busy, but the advantage, um, the advantage is at least I could lay things out to achieve that kind of consistency that a player will be looking for. That there's the worker placement space, and then there is um, the information you need to know about how to interact with that space. I think these buildings could still be quite a bit smaller, right? Because it's really not the building, the image of the building that matters. So I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to shrink these down some more. I mean, I think ideally, these things look good and kind of go together. Um, that like the building looks cool and whatever, but functionally, it's not important. I don't think so anyway. Just having the name should be a good start. I think one issue I'm still dealing with is, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try. Whoops, not what I'm wanting to do. I'm having a hard time isolating. There it is. I want to try a different way of doing this. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the highlighter again. Choose gray again. And I'm just going to highlight this area that includes important stuff, and just kind of do it like that. Like, kind of include it as the thing. Oh shoot, what color was that? I think that was pink. Yeah, I think it was this pink. So I'm just going to come in here and include it as part of the box like this. Yeah, yeah, yep. So that the so it doesn't take up as much space. It's not like blotchy. It's not a big splotch of just color spilling all out everywhere. But that the most important feature is like this stays clean. Hardware store in the building. But then I include the other information below it. I think that's okay. Whoops. Okay. I should have left the colors though, because now I have to think about what different colors I need. I think this was the gift shop. The only reason I'm doing this is to make it clear that these spaces include this information. I need a green and a blue. I think the green was down here. Oh, this is kind of interesting actually. So like the nope. The markets don't have such extra information, like this type of extra information. So maybe they don't need this same kind of tie-in. Right? That kind of makes sense. That's actually kind of nice, to be honest. Is that you, not your MK? No, that's not you. I think that's some other rando. Okay. Oh, orange. We can use an orange. Oh, it is. Yeah, but how come where did that go? Oh, okay. I see your NGO stuff. Nice. Yeah, the main thing is keep practicing. That's the main thing. Keep practicing. How old are you? Heck yeah, 18. Nice. Yep, you got plenty of time. Just you need to keep practicing. Keep practicing. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I actually really like how, yeah, how this is not big and distracting like splotches of color, but instead just a connection. It's just a connection between, right, between the building and the information underneath it. I actually like this quite a bit, honestly. Also, I think these could take up less space if I do this instead. Hmm. I don't love it though. Right, because now they want to interfere with. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, but I think I like this approach though, for sure. So are you studying or what are you doing? Are you a student or are you already working? Yeah, look at how much more white space there is now. That's actually pretty nice. Still the core loop problem though. I haven't solved it. I haven't solved the important problems. I just am making progress with this layout stuff. But isn't that much nicer? Doesn't that look just like way cleaner? Everything around me moves. I think this is good. I think, I mean, I think this is some form of progress, is the point. Trying to make some progress. And this is probably way too small. Okay, and my thinking was to place the cards for the mayor, to place the cards right here. Like just drop them in there. Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to drop this to 1. And in that way, it now becomes one more location that's available. So that's good news. Early game. And then oh well, you know what? Now that I have more white space, I can maybe squeeze things together a little bit more. Hmm. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess I don't super love. It is a little busy up top there, I guess. If I kind of work everything down this way. That's not terrible though. Maybe just a tiny bit more space. Just a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit more. This is really about keeping the size of for the cubes and the meeples, keeping that consistent, I guess. Okay, I'm going to bring this back down. Stick it under here. Group that. So it's not my favorite direction, but it might be the most practical for now. I'll be right back. Okay. I like what's happening here. Let me just double check. So pay some amount of money and flip a card. Perfect. Place a bottle, place a cube here. I feel like I could adjust these a little bit. Okay. I think I'm gonna try a different set of icons here. I'm just gonna go like this. That one too. What is this connected to? Oh. I don't know if am I do I have modifiers before or after things? Is that the only one? I think that's the only one. Okay, so I also get to um, I'll get a little more space here. What? Because this now goes away. Okay, so get rid of these just because. The mountains in my way. Nice. Okay. I like that better. Oh, that's what happened. I remember there was a weird. Yeah. Oh, it's under there somewhere. Not you? There you are. I missed something here. This has happened before. Like, oh, how's this go? This needs to go to the very back, I think. And then something happened here. Nope. Oh, okay, this just needs to slide up, I believe. There we go. Okay. Oh. Look at this. Okay. I feel like we've made some improvements here. The hope is that it feels like less to take in. I know it's still a lot, but like being able to see things in chunks, I feel might be better here. And then the cost is always like the setup here is very consistent, which I think is super important. Oh, I remembered I wanted to come back to the gift shop. Oops. Shrink the gift shop a little more now. Should be grouped. I think I can actually like space these out. That's what I wanted. Yeah, this is way easier on the eyes. Okay, I think the next thing to do will be to make the player boards. Bring you down a little bit. Hmm. Yeah, nice. 8 locations. I wonder if hmm, I kind of want to bring. Oh man. I don't know the best way to do this. I can change this layout a little bit actually. Let me figure this out. So I'm ungroup all this. Focus on this guy. First thing is I'll extend it because I think what I can do is just spread everything down for a second. It did not lock. Okay, so I think I can move stuff out like this. Okay, just like stretch this like this. Okay, I've got more room now. I'm gonna do this differently then. Just get rid of this. Okay, and it was blue. Back to these, get the blue going. Okay. Shrink this guy down. Send it to the back. Okay, this means, oh, yikes. This means I can add the office thing back. I wonder if I still have that card. I feel like I probably don't. But is there like a history? I have no idea when I made those changes. Oh, wait. No. No, I need to check this one. This is amazing that it holds on to this many versions. I just want that one card. Oh, wait. No, this needs to be. Okay, it's this one. Move you to the trash. Okay. This is the one I want. You're the one that I want. You're the one that I want. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to just dump this in. Where did you go? can. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Corporate partner. I think it's a really great call to get to just choose a consistent font. I think that was a really good call. I got rid of the building. Maybe I shouldn't have. Ooh. I need to look at, this. It's the latest version. Here is this little icon. So I can just grab this guy. Okay, let me try to adapt the design. I think this is not going to be very easy because there's so much going on here. How to do this? Okay, this needs to be this icon. I think I need one of these. I think this may do it. So I delete all this stuff. It's not what I wanted to do. This all goes away. Okay, so they're picking one, right? That's the main thing, is that they're just picking one. I'm gonna bring all this stuff down, actually, because it is the right size. And I can arrange it down here. Okay. I think I should flip these around, unfortunately. Can I? Well, I can just go this way, like this. And horizontally, vertically, that should be good. And now this one becomes black. Actually, wait a second. No. This one becomes black. Nope. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then the idea is to make one of these. So it will feel very different. Should I do it up here though? So they are basically picking one. So that is the idea. And this can become gray. Wait, are these? Okay, so they're, yeah. Let me see what kind of gray. All right. What? That's weird. So I need one more of these, I think. Right, because I'm rebuilding this. It'd be nice to increase the size a little bit. So I'll do that. Now the contents. Oh wait, actually that's perfect. So this one's already good, but we need should have just done this. Okay. Let's do that. And this becomes a 2. And then this very awkward icon, but it is still functional. Basically functional. Okay, so I'll have this is a kind of a choose one thing, so that's gone. Okay, and then all of this is gone. Okay, but I need one more to capture this idea. Okay, I also need to grab. Yeah, wait. This icon is wrong. It needs to be this. You don't. Okay, but I actually came because I needed this piece. And I will group you all again. Just go grab it. Excuse me. Now I suddenly don't love the gold because it is kind of hard to see, honestly. Interesting. I also don't know why these. Oh, yeah, so the idea here is that they just get to pick one. But it's a little weird to. I feel like these things are not. They're not really comparable. So it's a little bit strange to like list them together. You know what I mean? Let me grab this actually instead of this. This I think was a 7. Let's do this one as a 7. Yeah, it feels odd to. It feels odd to show them in the same list because they're literally so different. Should these just be different locations? Is that what this needs to be? Why not, right? Just give people more options. Give the people what they want. It's never been about performance. I think I'm going to improve this as well. Let me just move this out of the way for now. Okay. But giving them 3, I feel like, is kind of out of control. If I made it 6 tall, would that be crazy? Doing it. Well, so this is going to move up. I'm going to bring these down, actually. I'm going to bring these down to straddle these 2. I feel like that's pretty close. Oops. Okay, and then the last. No, I don't think I need this. I just need this. I'm gonna try this. Wait, why are you weird like that? I might have space to widen these, so I'm just gonna go for it. I can add one. It's not super meaningful, but maybe it is. Okay, so we'll call this. Yeah, okay. So now this stuff will move into um, up into here. Actually, let me go grab a more fitting one now. This one. It's never been about performance. Oh. Okay. So what I think I should do here is I think I should stick this off to the side, and it'll be the one exception. This is just going to kind of sit here. Question is there space? Hmm. Hmm. I think I can get rid of one of the markets now. Hmm. Okay. Um, Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny if this was the answer. It was just splitting some of these things up and spreading them out. What if I take out the D6? Okay. Let me just call this market now. I think farmer's market is still appropriate, actually. Corporate partner, town hall, gift shop, farmer's market. Everybody's listening. Um, cool. Do I get rid of the D6? That's the question. Hmm. Yeah, sure. Let's get rid of the D6. Not that interesting anyway. I think with more locations, um, how to do this now? Do I just copy this? Yeah. Yeah, because this stuff all goes away. But basically, I already have. No. So this is going to be very low randomness, but the main thing that'll change is so what I can do here, actually, wait a second. So this is going to go away. So just shift over. And then this will become 3. It's just going to be the 3 1. Okay. This is going to jump in here now. So now you can sell a barrel at this market and just actually I should grab this whole thing at the time. Okay, how does that look? I feel like this is an improvement. Right? Just like totally get rid of, oops. Get rid of one of the markets. It's a little bit sad, but that's awesome. Look at all these one worker placement spots. We have 5 right now. There's going to be 6 because hmm. Hmm. So what do we call this last space? What do we call this? Do we need this? Mm, I think we kind of do. Oops. Okay, but okay, first thing is that let's get the sizing appropriate. It's about right. So we need another set of these. Should we call it the Grange? Oh, Grange. Or what else would be? So there's the town hall, but where's like what's a community center thing? Like, I actually think the Grange is awesome. I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay, so then these are the new. Get rid of these guys. That's 2. The Grange is cool because it's such a weird word. You know, like most people are gonna see it, maybe not even be able to read it. But it doesn't matter because it's just a place, right? And um, they don't need to know what it means. They just need to know that it refers to a location that they can get some benefit from. Okay. Now we just need, so this would go kind of like there. Now we need a building, like a town. What would you call this? I'm gonna try town hall again, and hopefully it gives me something. So there's my current town hall. I want something that looks a little bit like not a cabin, but something that would feel a little more like a cabin. What is this? This is cool. Okay. You're in. I don't know if I like the height of it though. Group, let me. I think it should be the Grange. Now these need to get centered, and then I think that's. Now let's see how this fits. Not very well. I'm gonna swap with the farmer's market coming over here. And the gift shop? No, I don't think so. Okay, that's not terrible. Wow. No, this needs a color. I don't have blue. Oh no, there's blue. Hmm. There's no yellow. Can do that. What happened here? Because I missed these boxes, so what happened? Yep. Okay. Whoa. We're losing you? You know what? I think I'll let you go anyway. This has been a really nice long session. Thanks for checking it out. It's pretty exciting to at least make some progress here. Breakthrough, I think, is another term that I'd like to use. And I think this is so much more friendly to players. Like, I think it'll just make a lot more sense. And yeah, just excited to try to get this play tested now, which means printing out this one sheet. And hopefully just having this one sheet is, well, it's obviously easier to work with than cutting out a bunch of cards. I wish I'd thought of that forever ago. Yeah, I just believe there are pretty incredible improvements all around. I did it again. And yeah, now to just think about the player area again. So also the mayor, just reconsider what the mayor's all about. Because I still think it kind of works. I think I could just set the cards right here, like set them off the board, essentially. I don't know how well this is gonna, like, what kind of box or anything, like what, you know. Oh, letting that go, unreal. So here's what's kind of nice. Oh, you know what? Now there are just like fewer ways of getting cubes up to or over to the town hall, but maybe that's fine. Um, enter this. I'm gonna bring this down because there's no need for it to take up that kind of space. Nice. Okay. This is funny. This little Grange building. The Grange. There was a Grange not far from where I grew up, if I remember right. In Corning, I think they had a Grange. Hmm. Okay, that's it for me. I may continue working here for a little while. I've got some other stuff to do as well, but very exciting. I'll update the mod. I'm gonna look at the player area stuff. Anyway, have a great and productive day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.